This is the one I actually wanted to show from the Leticia, but you know, just boom, another random one. Here's another black woman doing the same thing, a Democrat too. Damn, Democrats. All right. This one is about the AG.
Fire department is hunting down firefighters and other staffers who booed.
Wrong order. Let me change it up. All right, so I got to show you this other one first, because then this one here will make sense. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so this AG actually won a case against Donald Trump where she's forcing him to pay over $400 million for a victimless crime, doing business, how businessmen have been doing business in this country since business deals have been made.
New York Attorney General Letitia James getting booed today in New York City. Her lawsuit led to former President Trump's fine of more than well over $350 million at this point in the civil fraud trial. He is appealing, and he says he did nothing wrong. Watch what happened when James spoke at the fire department promotion ceremony today at a church in Brooklyn.
Oh, come on. We're in a house of God. First, simmer down. I want to thank Commissioner Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition.
Oh, you know who's going to love that? FDNY Chief of Department John Hodgins telling Fox Quote today's ceremony was about one thing: the accomplishment of the members being promoted. The members whose behavior, distracted from that celebration were an embarrassment and not befitting of the world's best fire department. And indeed, they are. And we congratulate all of those who got promoted today. And we thank them for the hard work they do every day in New York City.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Okay, so she gets booed, right? Now, to go back to how they have been suppressing our freedom of speech. Fast forward, after she gets booed, now she's going to attack these people. She wants blood now. Listen to this. Now, they booed her because everybody know that was some baloney what she did there. And that was her own, personal attack, witch hunt against the president. All right, so here, now listen to this.
Boss of the New York Fire Department is hunting down firefighters and other staffers who booed Attorney General and Trump prosecutor Letitia James during a promotion ceremony last week. They were also chanting Trump's name as she was speaking. Have a listen.
Oh, come on. We're in a house of God. First, simmer down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for getting it out of your system. I want to thank Commissioner Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition.
And that they said, Trump, Trump, Trump.
An internal memo seen by the New York Post has urged firefighters to keep their politics at home and has slammed them for being grossly inappropriate. But this woman is making a mockery of the justice system, Army. Why would they think should hear anything other than boos from firefighters? And fancy telling them to simmer down.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so gross. I mean, this is Letitia James. If you watched her when she was talking about the indictment of Trump and she really, look, she ran on one issue. That one issue was, I'm going to put Trump in jail. What does she expect in front of a bunch of firefighters, testosterone-filled firefighters, first responders? And by the way, she's going to speak so disrespectfully to them. I mean, they're the ones who put in their lives.
Because she don't have respect for the people. She feels emboldened to do this.
On the line to save New Yorkers every single day. I think this simmer down.
Now they want these people to be punished for booing. Come on. Right? I don't have a right to that. Like, if you don't agree with what I'm saying or what I want done, then you're going to be out of here. This is the same stuff that Fonnie Willis was doing. And they firing these people for, being themselves, for speaking out, for being honest and telling the truth. For being honest and telling the truth. All right, so now I want to show y'all this other black chick here, the Fulton mayor. She's been spending the money, and it's a little town, like 20,000 people, and she's got them. When she became the mayor, they had a surplus, and now they're in like a $7 million deficit. And this lady is cray for real. She is just playing with their checkbook and telling them to go suck an egg. All right, let me share this here. So now they got the FBI investigating her. So all that to say is that I don't think we should fret, because, like I said before, it's been slow time coming, but all these people are going to be facing the music, because this year's the year for the truth to prevail, for the truth to come out, and for these crooks and criminals that have been getting over on the backs of people to, pay up. And I had showed y'all that one short of that other mayor who got 6 years in prison for, doing this very thing here.
WGN investigates a town in turmoil. A South Suburban mayor accused of using police to target her political opponents.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley has the story.
For decades, the Shaw brothers ran politics in and around South Suburban Dalton. Their antics were legendary, but now there's a new leader in town. She calls herself the people's super mayor, but that's not how some of the people would characterize her leadership.
Show me 23.
The night of June 10th, police arrived at this truck yard in Dalton, owned by Lawrence Gardner.
How are you? I don't know. I was doing good till you got here.
The reason police responded depends on who you ask. In this report, officers said it was for an ordinance violation for hosting a group of bikers at his business without a license. But Gardner has a different take.
Okay. It's what it is. So here we go.
He says he's been repeatedly harassed for not supporting Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
We taking care of all the business, right? All the business.
You can't stop me from closing my gate.
Last time I will say it, sir.
Okay.
Please stop.
I'm not.
Wow.
The standoff that night ended with Gardner in handcuffs.
Wow.
I'm tired of them. They've been harassing me for months and months and months.
Have a seat, please, sir.
And charged with misdemeanor obstructing an officer.
Wow.
With the gate. It's all on body cam. No big deal.
The charge eventually dropped. Case closed,
wow.
Right? Not quite. Gardner claims the harassment continues.
I'm suffering. They destroyed my trucking company. They shut my store down.
And he's not alone. Others in town are sharing similar stories of alleged retaliation for not supporting this suburban mayor.
It's a regular occurrence. She uses the police force to intimidate residents.
The Dalton Park District's director said in her case, the mayor objected to a car show on park property and shut down the event.
Wow. It felt like an abuse of power. She used her entire police force to come in and prevent something from happening because things didn't go her way, really.
Wow.
Some businesses.
Now, the connection here is to see that these are Black people in charge abusing other Black people. Yet, these Black Democrats be the first one to call racism. They all call out racism. And these Black women will combine racism with I'm a Black woman and throw that in there. This is Black people abusing Black people. Not white. Not white. These are black people abusing black people. Where's the racism, black people?
Even village employees are now suing Dalton.
I filed the lawsuit because I am a victim of retaliation.
Wow, she looks black to me.
Eris Montgomery is Dalton's deputy village clerk. In her complaint, filed last May in federal court, she claims the board increased her pay to $60,000, but the mayor ordered not to implement the raise because the clerk didn't support Henyard politically.
People are walking on eggshells, so to speak. They're afraid to have an opinion about anything or to fulfill their duties.
Since taking office in 2021, Henyard has repeatedly clashed with residents and fellow elected officials, even locking trustees out of Village Hall amid a dispute.
This is the second time she did this.
That was 2021. 2 years later, dysfunction is still the definition of a Dalton Village board meeting.
You the ones that's costing the village money. I don't have that call. All right. Okay.
Well, you wanted her to expound. Don't drag out the meeting. I made a motion.
It took 30 minutes of yelling just to agree on the
This makes us look bad. I'm sorry.
order of the night's agenda. Some residents say they are fed up.
Until this administration starts respecting us as citizens, I'll be damned if I'm going to respect them as an administration.
3.5 hours later,
That's what you get when you vote for the Democrats. These are the puppets. They put them in charge. They put them in charge. They're your overseers, okay?
we had a quick chance to chat with the mayor.
At what point is this dysfunction a reflection on your leadership?
When I replace my board.
Are you punishing your political opponents?
No, not at all. I'm a fear God person, God-fearing person, that I don't touch stuff like that.
You can't even say
I want people to know that I'm caring. I love what I do. I stay in the fire for them, and I bring products and produce things here in our community for them.
Her team said the mayor would not discuss any lawsuits or specific allegations of political targeting.
From my perspective, they're sort of kicking these cans down the road and not doing much to defend them.
Well, there you are.
Attorney Patrick Walsh represents Dalton's deputy clerk and another village employee, both of whom are suing the suburb, alleging they were victims of political retaliation.
We've had cases in other municipalities. It certainly happens, but not on this scale. They don't even take steps to try to hide it.
Black people do it big. We ain't playing.
Gardner says he's also considering
Say it loud. I'm a crook and I'm proud.
a lawsuit alleging the village illegally shut down his candy store.
Wow.
I lost it all.
And his trucking business.
There's no freight. I just have a couple of friends that don't have anywhere to put their belongings. So I put the stuff in here to collect a couple of dollars to pay the rent.
Back in June, after Dalton had shut him down, Gardner's security cameras captured two people he insists were Mayor Henyard's henchmen.
Here it is. Here's the lock they cut.
The night of his arrest, Gardner asked if cops were the ones who cut his lock.
You know you shouldn't have cut that lock off the way to my property. So you shouldn't have done that. Again, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let it go. Nobody cut a lock off your property. Okay. All right.
But Gardner's not giving up or giving in.
And then when I call and try to find out, it's always, you have to talk to the mayor. You got to talk to the mayor. Well, the mayor never answered the phone. Nobody else can say anything.
Our story isn't over. One of the many things trustees and the mayor can't agree on is how tax dollars are being spent. Digging through the records, we found trips to Las Vegas, thousands spent on meals.
Woo! You black people, we love to travel. Let the taxpayers pay for it. Wow. Okay, so here we go. You know, look at there. It's like a pattern. It's a pattern here. All right, here's another little quickie. This Tiffany chick she is off the chain. I mean, millions. They say like 7 million deficit for this little bitty. It's not even considered a town. It's called a village because it's not enough people to be a city or a town. All right. And they haven't been able to vote her out because this is ridiculous how she is just abusing these people like this.
Well, good morning. Trustees last night at an emergency board meeting voted unanimously to call for this investigation. There were some noticeable absences at last night's meeting, including the mayor and two of her allies.
Wow.
We are here to save Dalton.
During a boisterous emergency meeting, Dalton Board of Trustee members made several allegations of misappropriation of taxpayer money and political corruption conducted by Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who was a no-show at the meeting.
A grown-up would just resign and leave, but we know she's not going to do that. So definitely we're going to go to the next step further.
That next step was demanding all village financial records be made public by March 7th and calling on investigators at all levels of government to look into the mayor and her administration.
There are many things that have not surfaced and the public doesn't know yet. And if you think you're in shock now, just hold on.
Trustees say they have evidence to back up allegations of misusing village funds, its credit cards, issuing checks without needed signatures, and hiring employees.
Sounds like what Fonnie was doing, right? They said that she didn't get Wade's checks approved through anybody. She was the, final say on this whole thing.
Employees and vendors without going to the board for their advice and consent. But that's not all.
Has used police personnel for her own personal security detail, which has cost hundreds of thousands of dollars of overtime, well, millions within the police department.
The mayor has been the subject of WGN Investigates stories, which looked into her charity, use of taxpayer money as Thornton Township's supervisor, as well as a lavish trip to Las Vegas. She had a hard time answering straightforward questions from WGN's Ben Bradley about first-class tickets and pricey dinners.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that? You don't know if you're in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
The state attorney general's office is already looking into it.
She hardcore.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
The state attorney general's office is already looking into her charity, and we've learned federal investigators are also asking questions. In a statement, the village administrator levied his own allegations of misusing funds by some trustees and called last night a circus, with a few trustees in the village spreading lies. Either way, the people's choice for mayor is going to have to answer to the people at some point.
Someone has to come and save us. This woman is going to bankrupt our town.
Wake up, people.
Now, one trustee tells us that the mayor is at least partially to blame for the village being $7 million in debt. We did try and find the mayor here this morning. We went by an address that we had for her. No one was home. We also tried a few numbers we had for the mayor, but were unsuccessful in getting a comment. We're live in Dalton. I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.
Wow. All right. So let me see who the other person is. But this lady, I mean, like, there's tons and tons of video. I mean, I feel sorry for those, for the residents there, because, she's using the police people to, do drive-bys and stuff. This lady, she is like really, certifiable. Like, I'm like, how did you? And two, she had a criminal past where she was arrested. There was a mugshot of her floating out on the internet for stealing, for breaking into cars, I believe. How did you get to become a mayor? And the same with Fannie. I remember, I want to say it was in the year 2000 or so. I was lived in Los Angeles, and I was applying to be a Los Angeles the police department. And the background checks that they do, you can't even, your credit has to be good. How did Fonnie get to be the district attorney having a tax lien? Like, you're supposed to be in great standing. I mean, they look through all this stuff. How did you get into this? How did you get in with your past? Like, how did she get to become mayor, this Tiffany lady, and you got a mug shot. Like you're not a law-abiding citizen. How can you be, the district attorney and you owe the government and you're doing weird things with money? Like, answer me that, please. Please, 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 please. All right, so I guess I kind of did do some of the things that I wanted to talk about on these three ladies here. Let me see, I got something else on this here funny person. All right, so here's a quick video of some more people that actually, let's see, what is it? In the original questioning that we had been going over, that we didn't talk about, this Austin Dabney person. I didn't get a chance to see his video or find out who he was and what role did he play in this whole thing. All right, let me see what this is. No, that ain't it. Definitely not. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. All right, so here we go. This is who I want to say. Check out here. See what this guy's about. I've never heard his testimony. He was probably speaking in the beginning, and see what he's got to say about the character of these here people.
Dabney, that's AUSTIN DADNEY.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dabney.
Good afternoon.
I want to direct your attention. Well, first of all, how are you employed?
I am employed right now. I have my own firm.
You're a lawyer and you've got your own law firm?
That's correct.
All right. I want to direct your attention to 2000 and 2021, 2022. What was your employment at that time?
Yes, I was employed with Wade Bradley Campbell firm.
And that's Nathan Wade, Terrence Bradley, and Chris Campbell?
That's correct.
All right. And what did you do in that firm?
I was an associate attorney.
All right. And don't need a whole lot of detail, but generally speaking, who in the firm did you work for? What kind of matters did you handle?
Well, I believe I worked for all of them equally. They would all give me tasks to do, which court dates to go to, what cases to work on.
I want to direct now your attention, Mr. Dabney, to a particular instance. Did you have occasion at any time to go to a club with Mr. Bradley?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah. Did you have any occasion to go to a club, a nightclub, or a bar situation with Mr. Bradley?
Yes, I have.
More than one time?
More than one time, yes.
The time that I'm going to direct your attention to, we spoke about a little earlier today. Do you recall any instance, Mr. Dabney, where Mr. Bradley, where you witnessed Mr. Bradley sexually assaulting him?
Oh, okay, yeah. So there was some talk about the Bradley guy, was released from the firm for sexual misconduct. Okay, so that must be what this guy about to talk about. All right.
Instance of interpreted impeachment is improper.
All right. How is this not extrinsic evidence of a collateral matter, Ms. Cross?
Maybe ask a better question. Yeah, my question will be if this witnessed Mr. Bradley sexually assaulting another employee of the firm.
Same subject matter. How is that not issue on a collateral matter for impeachment?
I think it's not a collateral matter. You're on the witness denied it. I think it is highly relevant. I think that it goes to the witness's credibility and his denial here this afternoon that he committed the assault. As a witness, I will proffer to the court.
Okay, so they were probably trying to discredit the Bradley guy because when he was going to expose Wade and Willis. So that's why they got this guy here to try to show that Bradley was already, you know, he's already kind of a bad guy. So we shouldn't believe him what he said.
Who has firsthand knowledge and witnessed the event. And so I think that's highly relevant to both Mr. Bradley's credibility and to the proceedings that we had for the last 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Still object, Your Honor.
No, I understand, Mr.
In the attempt to impeach Mr. Bradley, they have to live with whatever answer he gave. They can't have a sub-trial and with the intrinsic evidence of misconduct here. So we would object. 608 meeting. Right? 24-608.
Ms. Cross, under 608, I don't see how this isn't well beyond the core facts at issue. I think you confronted with him. I think he answered them as he saw fit and argued he made his resolve to go down a whole mini trial on whether he did or did not do this and circumstances of his leaving the firm. I don't see how that gets past 608.
I understand the ruling, Your Honor. Disagree and defer my objection. I put a proffer on the record, not a detailed one, but that the.
I think you already have.
I'd like to, with the court permission, I'd like to make it clear that the sexual assault I'm referring to was the same employee that I asked Mr. Bradley about. I just wanted that to be clear in the record.
Okay. All right. Understood.
Wow.
Anything else that is relevant to this witness?
No. Given the court's ruling, no.
All right. Questions from defense counsel?
Pitbull in action here.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
When did you start working at the law firm?
I believe I started working, to my recollection, March 2021.
Okay. And at that time, do I understand that there was what I would call a three-way partnership or sharing arrangement at the law firm?
I'm not aware of any sharing arrangements that they had, but there was the Wade, Bradley, and Campbell law firm.
Okay. And did you work in the law firm office on a daily basis?
I did.
And during the time period you were there for the remainder of 2001? That is, you worked from March of 2001 at least to the end of 2001, correct?
21. I didn't even have a bar license in 2001.
I'm sorry, 2021.
Okay.
A little late. From March of 2021 to
He
the end
was
of
still a
2021,
baby.
correct?
That's correct.
Okay. During the time period that you were working at the law firm, did you see Fonnie Willis?
During my time, could you repeat
In that time period between March of 2021 and November 1st of 2021, did you see Miss Willis?
I may have recalled one instance where I saw her passing.
And when you saw her, was she at the law firm?
That would be correct.
And do you know who she went to visit?
I do not know.
You didn't see her go to Mr. Wade's office?
I do not recall.
Did you ever talk to Mr. Wade about Fonnie Willis?
Could you repeat your question?
Did you ever talk to Mr. Wade about Fonnie Willis during the time period of March of 2021 to November 1st of 2021?
No.
Did you know they were dating?
No, I did not.
Did you see anything did you ever socialize with Mr. Wade?
As far as being an employee, yes.
Well, I don't know what that means exactly, but did you ever go out to eat with Mr. Wade?
On occasion, he would take the office out to lunch.
Beyond that, did you ever go to a nightclub or drinking or any of that with him?
No, I did not.
Okay, so whatever relationship Mr. Wade had with Miss Willis during this time period, you don't have personal knowledge, correct?
I do not have any personal knowledge.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Any other questions from defense counsel? Mr. Stockton.
When you started in March of 21, was that just you gave them a resume and started working there?
I don't understand your question.
When you started working there, is it a situation where your first day on the job was the first day you may have met him or shortly before you met him?
Again, I don't understand what you're asking.
Let me back up. Did you know Mr. Wade or any of his partners prior to March of 21?
Yes, I did.
How did you know them?
In a professional capacity. I used to be a community supervision officer with the Georgia Department of Community Supervision.
And where would that have been out of? Fulton County?
Cobb County.
How long did you know Mr. Wade prior to that?
I didn't see Mr. Wade in my professional capacity. I thought you were asking about all partners, but if you're only asking about Mr. Wade, if you could please clarify.
Okay, so you went to work for Mr. Wade in March of 21, correct?
I went to work for the Wade Bradley Campbell firm.
Okay. Prior to that, how long did you know Mr. Wade?
I did not know Mr. Wade prior to that.
At all?
Well, he's not an interesting witness. He didn't really have. They probably was fishing and to see who this guy was, if he had any dirt on them, but obviously not. All right. So anyway, this was kind of a impromptu when I saw the that they had dropped some of the charges. 6 of the charges being dropped on there. That's it for there. I did Tiffany, Letitia, and nothing new on Fonnie. So hopefully the judge, McAfee, will have something to say at the end of the week on Friday, and then Friday night, it'll be late Friday night because I'm going to work. We'll go over it. So anyway, thank y'all so much for coming out. Please like and subscribe, and thank all the new people that have been watching the replays and stuff like that. So see y'all soon. Peace and love, and let's make America great. Oh, before I leave, I need to play something to promote our future president, Donald Trump. Let me just play one quick little Trump something, just because I have been a Trump supporter since the beginning, right? I voted for him both times. That's why I know that they actually cheated him out of the election here. Let's see here. If I have a little quickie Trump something. Is it? All right. I guess I kind of did play something at the beginning of this here. Yeah, because it started off on the Trump thing. So I guess I don't have to end on this. I'm just going to end now. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Thank you. Peace and love.